Today I'll be addressing how to navigate the onboard user interface within your Carmanah beacon system. Open your solar engine or cabinet. Refer to the label on the inside of the engine or door. This will guide you through each menu item. Some are read-only statuses, and some are configurable parameters. To navigate through the user interface, use the up or down arrow to move through each setting or status. For configurable parameters, hold the Set button down until the value starts flashing. Use the up or down arrows to change the value and then hold Set again. This video will briefly go over the top-level menu items. Refer to our full user manual for in-depth explanations at support.carmanah.com. LED status. This will only appear in the menu if there is an LED fault detected. Battery status. This will show the current state of charge and battery voltage. AC systems will read a constant 15 volts DC. Solar status. This will show if day or night is detected via the integrated ambient brightness sensor and what the solar panel voltage is. AC systems will read 0 volts. Flash pattern setting. This will show the programmed flash pattern, which can be changed as required. This is typically set from the factory for your application. Input setting. This will show the selected input method, which can be changed as required. This is typically set from the factory for your application. Changing this setting will have a significant impact on how your system will operate. Duration setting. This will show the selected flash duration, which can be changed as required. This is set to 20 seconds by default. This parameter only applies to pedestrian crossing systems which use the button input setting. Intensity setting. This will show the selected intensity setting in milliamps. This can be changed as required, but is recommended to leave at the factory default. This is factory programmed for your application, configuration, and installation location. Nighttime dimming setting. This will show whether nighttime dimming is enabled or not, and what level of night dimming is currently applied, from 10 to 100%, or off, signifying no night dimming is applied. This feature is factory enabled or disabled based on your application. Ambient Auto-Adjust. This will show whether Ambient Auto-Adjust is enabled or not, and what level of dimming is currently applied on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 signifying no daytime dimming. This feature is factory enabled by default and is dynamic based on ambient brightness. This brightness value is how the system determines if it is day or night, and is not tied to solar panel voltage. Automatic light control setting. This will show whether automatic light control is enabled or not, and what level of dimming is currently applied on a scale from 10 to 100, with 100 signifying no dimming. This feature is factory enabled by default and is dynamic based on the battery voltage level. LED temperature correction setting. This will show whether a correction setting is enabled or not, which can be changed as required. This feature is factory set based on your application. Internal calendar setting. This will show whether the internal calendar is enabled or not, which can be changed as required. This feature is factory enabled for systems equipped with the school zone calendar option. Turning this off will ignore any internal programming if set via the companion R829 school zone calendar software. Radio setting. This will show whether the integrated radio module is enabled or not, which can be changed as required. This feature is factory enabled for systems equipped with the radio option, such as pedestrian crossing beacons. Turning this off will ignore any radio commands to and from nearby systems. Channel setting. This will show the program radio channel, which can be changed as required. This is factory set to channel 5 by default and is only applicable to systems with the radio option. Radio detection status. This will show whether an equipped radio is detected or not. This is only applicable to systems with the radio option. Digital output setting. This will show the programmed digital output setting, which can be adjusted as required. This parameter is set to all by factory default. Input status. This will show the status of the pedestrian push button if equipped. Activation count. This will show the current 90-day running average of pedestrian activations. This only applies to systems that are pedestrian activated. Turning off the system will clear this value. LED Fixture Test. This will allow you to test the LED fixtures from the user interface. Running this feature will activate all LED fixtures connected to the system for 5 seconds. Built-in Self-Test, or BIST. This will allow you to run a full system test from the user interface. Running this feature will yield a fault code number or a pass message. In certain situations, it is normal to see a fault code, such as ambient temperature conditions and for AC powered systems. Version. This will show the current firmware version loaded into the energy management system. This firmware cannot be field upgraded. For more videos and information, please visit us at support.carmanah.com.